Welcome to Bells Rapids. We're in WA, and what have we got here? Salty. How are you, mate?
How you going?
What do you reckon? Should we shoot a modified in your car?
I reckon it's well overdue, mate. Let's do it.
I reckon. It's not really a car, is it? This is a bloody beast.
It's a bloody truck.
G'day, ladies and gents. I'm Ronnie Dahl, Four Wheeling Australia. This is Salty Davenport, and this is his beast of a Troopy. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
First things first, bar work. This is a decent bar, mate.
It is, mate. It looks a lot bigger on a smaller car, that's for sure, but the size of the car kind of brings it all in, and it's quite fitting, really.
It does suit the cruisers, I gotta say. And seeing these, the more of these I see, the more I really want one. They look cool, eh?
They're yeah, there's almost a little community, kind of the same with the troop carriers, but except you drive around and you see someone with a tough bull bar, it's like, yeah, g'day, mate. Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Does it have a unique wave as well?
Nah, not that I'm aware of.
One thing that surprised me with this 5-posted bull bar is the fact that you can actually get a winch in it, because I didn't know you could do that, because I thought the posts would have to go all the way.
Yep.
And this section here, they obviously cut in the middle.
But then they've broken it and wrapped it. No, it works well and it's neat. You know, you basically don't even see the winch until obviously you need it. So
that's a 1,300-pound winch as well.
Yeah, the Rumva, it's solid. It's got me out of a few tricky situations, that's for sure.
Was one of those a Salt Lake?
No, that was bloody Harry. Harry needed the winch.
Oh, Harry got you out that one?
No, he's the one that got bogged.
Oh, yeah, right.
Does the job, mate. I've actually had to pull my mate and his boat out of the water when it just sunk a bit quick when he was putting his boat back on the...
the old beach launch?
Yeah.
That can be sketchy, eh?
But that's good, and you've got plenty of room back here.
Oh, there's heaps of room, man.
Yeah, for the winch.
You could almost fit 2 winches in there.
Just one on each angle, mate.
What is this?
Mate, that is just a lockbox for my car keys.
Oh, when you were surfing?
Yeah.
Whatever. Well, let's have a look at the sides.
Yeah, so, and then with this, I've kind of cut the little spreader lights in there. So.
Oh, you chopped the mesh to fit them in?
Yeah, chopped the mesh and chuck some spreaders in, just because, you know, you do lose a bit with your headlight out this way. Not that the Toyota headlights are that great anyway, but...
Yeah. But you lose a bit of spread.
Yeah, just a little bit of spread.
And you would from that bar here too, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's probably your normal con with this bar, is it takes the light a little bit, but
yeah,
you can make up for it, obviously.
Exactly. Still get what you need.
Well, let's look at the sides. Yeah. That's not going anywhere, is it? That is a massive step, man. That is huge.
Mate, I think it fits size 11 on that step.
Wow. That's good for like getting to the rooftop and that, I guess, eh?
Yeah, rather than having to balance. Yeah, like you said. Or I've used it quite a few times when got a bunch of mates down the beach and you see a surf break further up that you want, so you just jump in the car and everyone just jumps on the side and has a board and you get up to the next spot.
I swear this is bigger for the 70A, this step here, because I've seen one on episode 76, that's a D40, and it's
right.
It's not as wide as this.
Right. Okay, because I guess they still have to make it meet the body,
Yeah.
but with the wider front end of the Cruiser.
And that'll kick your body panels off as well when you're driving around. Well, I can
Yeah.
see you got a rear bar because you got the tyres hanging off.
Yeah, no, it's only got this about 6 months ago. The size of the tyres that you run with these cars, I wanted to get it off the door because it doesn't end up closing eventually. And this bar's great, it's solid.
And you can carry 2.
Yep, exactly, 235s. And yeah, had no issue with it. It's just a good bit of kit, except the lights. You've got this amazing solid bar, and then you've got these real flimsy little light, like they're only held in by 2 1 inch, not even 1 inch little threaded screws. So that's why I've duct taped it, because it's holding it there.
Oh, really? So, yeah, right. So that's a bit of a drawback on the bars, just how the lights are mounted.
Yeah, exactly. It's just 2 bits of plastic there. So if your bar cops a good hit, they're probably going to rattle loose. And they don't quite sit central either. So.
Okay. Well, you can lock these out, obviously. Oh, some struts, that's why.
Yeah, yep.
Cool. So we've got the 2 spares on.
2 spares.
Rubbish bag on the back there.
Yeah, got a little solar Anderson plug down there. I've mounted that so I can just fold out the solar blanket.
That's your solar input then?
Yeah, while I've got the car locked up. So I don't have to always open the door and plug it in. Okay. So I can take off somewhere and just leave the blanket out. If anything's going to get pinched, it's just the blanket.
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of taking off, let's take off to the roof rack. Upstairs.
Upstairs, it is bloody upstairs, mate.
This is a bloody good side step, eh?
It's a long way up.
Oh, heaps to stand on.
Yeah. It's, mate, you have 4 of us up here watching sunset, all romantic.
Let's skip past that and go straight to the roof rack.
Right, up here I've got the Tracklander tent topper, and with that, because of the size of the new tents, so they're made for the old school tents where they fold out to the side, the softer ones that are slowly getting phased out. With this, I've had to actually fab up an addition to sit on top so I can still have some space underneath.
Okay.
Rather than obviously cutting into that. And
I was wondering why you had a roof rack and then that, but I can see now you're actually holding gear underneath it. You've got your max tracks.
Yeah, tracks, shovel. I've got the tubing over the other side with some cray loop and all that kind of stuff, and Marin loop.
And you've got your light on the front of this as well.
Yeah, that took me a bloody while to work out how I was going to fit that, because you're dealing with such a small gap. So yeah, end up just being the flat bar.
Can you fit a surfboard under there too?
You can in the middle, just because you've got the bolts under here.
Oh, you'll be careful.
But yeah, you just take, if I'm going long distance, I just take the fins off and slide a board under there, but generally I'll chuck a couple inside as well.
Okay. So you got a knack down for this now? Open, close?
Yeah, got it sorted. It's, yeah, so good. Only problem is when you're up or on the other side of the car right now, because it's leaning that way, and trying to pull it closed while you're holding onto the car. And
oh yeah, fair enough. But normally you'd have the car level when you...
Exactly, yeah.
How tall are you?
6'2".
Okay, so you're 1 inch taller than me. Your head and feet will definitely touch in here. One or the other, right?
Not quite.
Yeah?
It's like...
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
It's probably...
I must sleep my feet like this.
Yeah, pointed toes.
Yeah, I reckon.
No, it's, yeah, I mean, when I'm up there by myself, I sleep on a diagonal anyway.
Yeah, I do.
But when I got the missus and the dogs actually sleep up there as well. Maury actually climbs the ladder up there.
We'll have to see that.
Yeah, it's a, mate, he just loves to sleep.
Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Come on. Come on. Go on. Up you go. Up you go. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Up. Up. Go on. Last one. Last one. Good boy.
How long you had that tent for?
That one I've had for about a year now. And probably out of that year, I've probably slept in it a good 6 months.
6 months.
So yeah, half, yeah. So I've probably slept in it maybe yeah, over 150 days of that 1 year I've had it. So the best thing I love about it is obviously the simplicity, packing it up, streamlined, but just no wind noise. No matter how windy it is that night, you don't get the which you do with some tents and that.
Yeah, because you push it up and you get it taut.
Yeah, you've got the locking elbows in the corners, but it's, yeah, look, they're bloody expensive, but they're worthy.
Lights and comms. That's your main light up there.
That's the main one, yep.
Is that a sort of spot spread configuration or just a spread?
No, spot spread, so that'll actually light about 1 kilometre up
Really?
the road. Yeah,
What is it?
it's a laser lamp. They're a European company.
Laser lamp.
Yeah, and then I've got the
Same as...
little spreaders on the side that we've cut into the mesh.
Okay, and that's the same company?
Same company,
Laser.
yeah. But to be honest, I actually rarely use that one because these are so bright.
Okay.
So as spreaders, they also, like the spreaders with high beams, like it's
That's
amazing.
enough.
But yeah, if I'm doing long distances at night, or you know, you're doing brand highway or something where you want that distance to spot cows, then that thing's insane.
Even on the highway?
Yeah.
It looks like it's back far enough to avoid reflection here.
Yep.
And yeah, looking at it, it shouldn't hit it.
Yeah, I get no reflection on the bonnet.
Just here?
No, nothing here either.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's about here. I used to have a white Uniden antenna, and I just put some black duct tape on it, just some matte black, just
It's
to
amazing
stop.
how annoying it is of a
Yeah, I just, long distances, and you're like, it ends up being the only thing you look at.
Yeah.
So I just got the black one to cut that.
You'll be
And-
sleeping at night, you'll see this line.
Yeah, that's it. I'm still seeing it right now. So yeah, that's amazing, super powerful. That with this combo is all I really need.
Camping light, I saw one before, is it just the one?
Yeah, just one work light. I can flick that on in the front as well, so I'll use it just reversing in the bush, just so you don't come across that
It looks
sneaky
pretty bright.
stunt. Yeah, it is bright. So most of the times I don't actually use that. When you're cooking or anything, you've just got your little LED lights that work much better.
Yeah, okay.
And
Otherwise you're attracting bugs from a mile away.
I turn that on if I want to draw the mozzies away from the fire, like the campsite. So just flick that on, and they're good mozzie attracting devices.
Yeah, I bet. Uniden antenna.
Yep.
We got all kinds of things. We're in a flight path. We got a bin truck. We got a drone. We're getting everything here today.
And the train.
Yeah, and free trains.
We're
so
probably
far.
due for another train, I reckon. And no water. What's going on?
Well, it's not like we picked this location. We just happened to walk out of the water and here you were.
Yeah, I thought you were going for a swim in your bikini.
What dB is this? I'm trying to work it out.
Probably should know.
Let's just say it's a 4.5 or a 3. And you have a second radio as a handheld, yeah?
So yeah, another unit handheld, just the little 5 watt, so waterproof, just for when you go camping or for a hike, or a lot of times your mate you're driving with has a 2-way but he doesn't have it hooked up, so end up giving him the handheld.
Tyres and lift, ladies and gents. Man, I know I keep going on about this side step, but
How good is it?
it's a bench seat.
Serve lunch up here later, mate, if we have to keep waiting for trucks and planes.
Yeah, and trains. and
Drones.
Automobiles. That's a movie, I think. Start with your tyres.
Tyres and rims. Mate, I've run the ST Max, Cooper ST Max, for many years now. Yeah, a huge amount of Ks from them. I think these ones are sitting at about 20,000 at the moment.
Oh, really?
20,000 Ks.
They weren't pretty good for that.
A lot of that's gravel and off-road and
Salt Lakes.
Salt Lakes, yeah.
Beaches.
They need bloody slicks for that. Cooper ST Max, 35 inch. I had 33s for a long time, but I found the 35s really handle the roll of the car a lot better, especially being a higher car.
So just doing a bit of rapid fire here with tyre pressures, what Salty uses when he's off-road. Let's start with the highway.
Highway, 44 cold.
44 cold. Okay,
Yeah.
that's up there. It's probably about what I sort of go as well. That's fully loaded when you're 44, yeah?
Yeah.
Gravel roads?
Gravel roads, if I'm going to stay on gravel roads for a while, 28.
Okay, and that includes corrugations?
Oh, corrugations, mate, down to 18 sometimes, depending on how bad they are. Beach, stock standard, 18.
And if it's really soft?
If it's soft, down to 10, 12.
Yeah, or whatever you have to.
Yeah, whatever you have to. 2.
Yeah, 2, yeah. As long as it's not 0.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's talk about your rims now, because on the front, I notice you have a 0 offset, correct?
Correct, yeah.
And on the back, you got like, it's not a negative 55, it's a negative 50, 40?
50, yeah. So I avoided the spacers and went for the offset rims instead. So these ones are dynamic soft 8s, and just to correct that wheel alignment that Toyota
The wheel track.
hasn't done.
Just in case you don't know, the rear wheel track is 100mm narrower than the front wheel track, and the reason for that is because when they put the V8 in these, they had to widen the front, but they didn't widen the rear.
And then so sometimes it will look like your mate's driving sideways down the road in front of you.
Yeah, you're obviously carrying a negative 55 and a 0 offset in the rear then.
I am.
One of each, and if you do come in strife, you can use a 0 for the back, but you can't use a 50 on the front.
Yeah. So, you can get into a bit of trouble.
Yeah.
But if you're at that stage, you're in trouble anyway.
You're in trouble anyway. That's right. You can always take the tire off the rim anyway, right?
Just burn it for a signal. Ronnie, come help.
How do you find the auto hubs?
Auto hubs, I've found them great, super handy. However, I've had a few people mention to me that they've actually completely lost forward drive because of the auto hubs, where they've been full remote, they've gone super hard and not flicked over, like not manually flicked the hubs. So now if I'm not just driving down the beach for 5 minutes, I get out and flick them on to full block. A lever's better than a switch. So I've kind of stuck with that just in case.
Well, the only engagement is when there's torque and drive on it, right?
Yeah.
When you reverse, they can sometimes disengage.
Yeah.
And then when you go forward again, they might not be engaged.
Exactly, and then it slips.
All you have to do is get out and lock it.
Exactly, and which is all we grew up doing anyway.
Lift-wise, what do we got? What are we running?
It works out to be about a 2-inch lift. I'm running Bilstein B60s.
Bilstein kit all the way through.
Yeah, Bilstein all the way through. With, I think, old man Emu Leafs, 400 kilos. And I've got the Polyed Dominator airbags in the back, just for when I load it right up. I'm so close with the 400 kilo springs, I could step up to 600, but I only need to put
you want the versatility if you want to unload.
Exactly, and then if I'm empty, then 600 kilo springs are
yeah.
rough as guts.
Yeah. Chiropractor.
Yeah, that's it. Especially with these bloody Toyota seats. B60s, Polyair Dominators with 400 kilo springs. And that works well with what I've got in the car. The reveal.
Back of the wagon, back of the Troopy. What am I saying?
Back of the Troopy. All right.
Very nice. Organised.
It was a long time coming. Didn't quite have the bloody funds for it, so the first half of the year, having the car just all the stuff in the back of the car just bouncing around when you forward drive. So I'm pretty happy I've got this now. Bit of organisation.
That does look very organised, and there's so much room in a Troopy.
So I've still got plenty of room at the top. Probably could have done away with one less drawer, just to get that more height, but then you've just got more stuff bouncing around above the top of the drawers. So
I guess you would do that if you don't have a rooftop, because then you can still sleep inside it.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yep.
Where do we start, mate? There's a lot going on here.
All right, we'll start over this side. So I just chucked in a little bit better speakers in the back than the Toyota ones. So over this side we've got the Red Arc. Under here, I've got the Manager 30.
Oh, cool.
And then I've got the 350 Red Arc. Yeah. And below that, I've got the compressor. So just try to capitalise on that space I've got there.
Is that a single ARB?
Yeah, single.
Nice. And then there's your BMS.
Yeah, which has decided to...
Oh yeah, you done a reset on it?
Yeah. So it's still calculating, but...
Okay. I can see you got an AGM battery.
Yep, AGM, just 100 amp hour, yeah. Here we've got the camp light we were talking about. I won't. Yeah, I'll flick it on.
Yeah. Whoa. Jeez. All right. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Then you've got the Mozzie attracting device, as you said. So then I've just got 2 little LED strips here, just for cooking.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So, and that's all. That's ample bloody light for doing what you're doing. Compressor, as you see, and then we've got the draw system. So,
Sweet.
from the top, I mean, look, it's a mess at the moment, but generally have charging cords, surfboard fins, knives up the top.
So your most used items in the top?
Yeah, most used items, and then the bottom 2 are for food and cooking gear. So just running, mate, your basic. I just leave the basics in here: your rice and flour and whatnot. And then at the back, I've got first aid.
Oh, even more.
First aid, unit and jump start kit, and a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, that's the trauma. Road trauma kit.
Yep, that's the one. And then down the bottom we've got cooking gear, fry pans, jaffle.
Nice.
So they still fit a lot of gear. You know, with your bigger camp oven, I've got one bigger than that, and then that just sits up the top. You just tie it down.
Yeah.
And then you just got the jack and a socket kit down there. I've got the 75 litre Waco.
As a divider.
Yeah, see, whichever you want, fridge, freezer.
Oh.
It's chicken wings from catching Marin, mate. I only got back last night.
Yeah, you use chicken wings to catch Marin.
Yeah, chicken wings or lamb necks, and just put them in a little bag.
Nice. Oh, I question your taste of beer.
Mate, when they're given to you at Christmas.
Yeah, fair enough.
So 75 litre, and then you've got your table, and you get a little stand under the table for when it's out that far and you're doing your cooking. And
Nice.
or you can just pull out one or the other, so you don't have. So if you've got some wind, obviously, just bring it out and leave it there. Use your door as a wind block.
Pretty awesome configuration, eh? That's impressive.
Not having to have them both out at the same time is great.
Awesome. That's probably how I would fit out a Troopy myself if I had one.
It's that time, mate.
So what do we got happening over here?
So over this side is my little secret cupboard. Doesn't quite fit a wine bottle, which I thought it would. Be like the Project Black, mate. So I've got my water hose. Yeah, I'll just take it out. So over here I've got a water hose, my compressor hose, and then this is to plug in here, plug that in there, plug your garden hose in, and I've got a 40 litre stainless steel tank behind the back of these, behind the back seat. So in between the back seat, just that angle, back seat there, and you've got the back of the drawers.
Yeah, okay.
So
It's that little gap.
and then I've just got a little pond pump back here, so I can just flick that on, and with this hose, and you've got a shower or you've got your water.
Nice. You got another valve here, is that for in?
So yeah, this one's for in, that one's for out. So that one's for filling up, and then this one is for when you're using it. And then over here you've got your quick table, quick coffee or whatever you need instead of bringing it all out. I bloody love that thing.
I see you got the vessel. I've got 3 of these at home. I'm yet to test. Actually, got them with me. I'm yet to test them though.
Yeah, awesome.
What do you think of them? Because you do a bit more hiking than me.
Yeah, so hiking or just being remote and being even just going a kilometre away from the car when you're in the desert, you don't want, it's so easy to get disorientated or dehydrated, and then you lose your way. So I chuck one of those in the bag or just hold it when I go with me, and then it's got everything I need in it, and you can customise them. So it's basically just a...
Is that a customised one?
No, so this one's a stock, and then you can, when you open it up, you can just fill them with whatever you need.
Yeah.
Plus you've got your SOS light and your compass.
See, I've got the hip flask one.
Yeah, I've got one of those. They're so good, mate. Bloody awesome.
Bulky storage
So,
area.
mate, this would normally be probably a lot fuller than this if I'm going out bush or up the coast, whatever. So I've just got the surfboard, my spearfishing gear, and then just in this box I normally have random bits of stuff like gas bottles for the cooker, a couple of extra spatulas and tie downs. So keep that pretty simple, and then chucking your sleeping gear on the top. Although the James Baroud does hold your sleeping gear, as you know, so
Yeah.
hold your pillows and your sleeping bags.
Fit heaps of stuff in there.
Yeah. So
Very
yeah,
nice.
normally this is full,
Yep. When you're on a trip.
and then you got all your dry foods and that as well. So
Hence the good use of these then.
that's it.
Good stuff.
Engine bay time.
What is a salty? A bonnet or a hood?
Mate, I don't know, but I just love that. I love the look, the shape of that bloody bonnet. The new ones, they just
Yeah,
Just got
they
that
look pretty cool.
extra, buddy.
Big, bulky.
Yeah.
Right, so what have we got going on in here? I notice
So-
you don't have a second battery in here,
Yep.
which is kind of a good thing.
Yeah. So I've got that behind the drawers.
Near the water tank.
Yeah. Yep. Near the
Okay.
water tank. So as you know, 4.5 litre V8 turbo. And I haven't done too many mods to it. I have had a remap from Manta, and I also had a 3-inch exhaust put on with that just to give it that little bit more. And then PDP, I've done the dual fuel filter.
Fuel filtration
Yep.
kit.
Yeah, along with their diff breather kit,
Okay.
which mounts just next to it, keeps it
Yeah.
nice and tidy.
Right, so what we've got going on here, you've used this space for
Yeah, so I've
Fuse box?
used that space, yeah, just for fuse boxes. Run the electrics for the rear light, the rooftop light, as well as fuses for at the back with the drawers and whatnot as well. So
Okay.
just yeah, keep that space pretty free just in case I do need to move some stuff around and put something else there.
Yeah. You don't see a future battery coming here, you've got enough with the battery in the back?
Yeah, I think I do want a third battery, so a second
But would you put it in
accessories.
a second accessory, so you put it in the back then with the other one?
I think I'd put it in the back,
Yeah.
almost do a like a bunk bed kind of situation with the batteries. So
Yeah, I suppose you want them pretty close, because if they're going to be paired up,
yeah, exactly.
you don't want it here,
Yeah,
like a lot of people do. Yeah.
I just like to keep this a little bit more open, and you always hear the talks of batteries being no good in the front engine
too hot.
bay, and some
Yeah.
people say no, they're fine. And
Yeah, I'll cycle batteries every 2 years
Yeah.
because of that reason.
Yeah.
They overheat, they get cooked,
yeah,
and then you cook one, the other one is labouring harder than you cook that one.
Yeah.
So it's like a $500 ordeal every 2
outlay,
years.
yeah. Along with just owning a cruiser and those costs.
Yeah. So tuning wise, you going to do something a bit later on?
I've thought about chipping it, but I'm just hearing, different kind of feedback on people and from installing chips, and having the remap, the ECU remap, has done me fine. I mean, these things have so much power as it is.
Oh, you have remapped
I
it?
have remapped it, yeah. So did the remap. The Manta exhaust boys did that, and
Yeah, you did mention that, sorry. Yep.
no, it's all good, mate. Yeah, but I have thought about chipping it, but for me, for what I need, I mean, I'm not climbing monster hills in
Or
mud
towing.
like you boys do.
Yeah.
Like it's like, for me, it's more like just getting to point A, point B, and managing to, get through whatever it is I need to get through.
Yep. I noticed you got the bigger snorkel as well.
Yeah, yep. So I went for the R-Max, just to get that extra air intake as well. Like the amount that sucks in versus the size down is pretty remarkable.
Interior time.
Interior, mate, is probably the cleanest part of my car, and probably the cleanest it's been for a long time. I got it cleaned yesterday for you. Just for you, Ronnie.
Mates, every car I go into in modified looks clean because of mine.
Should have seen it yesterday.
Yeah, compared to mine. No, this is actually really clean.
Well, it is only a year old, I guess.
Yeah, true. And if you are a very tall person, a Troopy is the 70 for you.
It's the way to go.
Yeah, you got so much more room here.
It's like those London cabs, so you can wear your top hat in them.
Is it less hot inside the cab because there's more space up here? You know, heat rises to the top?
Well, I jump in my mate's car a bit and he's just got the wagon, 70 series wagon, and I don't know if it's just the mindset or, yeah, you just feel like you've got more room, so you feel less claustrophobic in a way.
Okay. But like the heat, can you feel the heat? Not
No,
really?
no, none at all.
So your handheld unit,
Yeah.
everything's on a controller?
Yeah, everything's on the controller, and I've normally got the good old air freshener, mate.
Yeah, that way you're smelling it all the time.
You smell good when you're talking to your mate. And I've normally got the handheld in the glove box, but I've got it in one of the back drawers at the moment, so.
Okay. Yeah, I think I saw it. That was that white one. So that's a
Yeah.
UHF and VHF,
VHF
yeah?
as well.
Correct,
Yeah.
So when you go boating or whatever.
Always ready.
Black duck seat covers.
They've had an absolute thrashing and still.
Everything's
well.
pretty much standard in here.
Everything's standard.
You've got the original Toyota deck.
Yeah. I just haven't found a need to change it.
Do you carry like a boom for
No.
tunes?
No, just use that.
Okay.
Yeah. The sound's actually really good. You've got your normal bloody traction control. There's the work light at the back for if I need to reverse.
Your diff lock.
Stock standard front and rear diffs. And then I've just got your roof lights and your spreaders down the front.
Okay. And
Everything.
you got the dual fuel, which comes standard with the GXL.
Yeah, 180 litres. Mate, everything else is pretty stock. Oh, I do have an inverter under that back seat.
Oh, you got two inverters?
Yeah, so I've got 1,000 watt down there. So for when I'm driving and I've got my drone on the seat where you are, or just a charging setup, I can just flick that on, and while I'm driving, just chuck in the batteries.
Okay.
So if I need to jump out of the car quickly, things are charged, ready to go, or I put it on the back seat. Basic as the car itself.
Sometimes basic is good because there's less stuff going on,
Yeah.
and when I sit in a vehicle, when we feature vehicles on modified like we're doing now, and I see the dash is pretty much stock.
Yeah.
Honestly, to me, it looks clean. It looks less cluttered, less distracting, and I realise how much crap I have in my car everywhere. You know what I mean?
I mean, when I'm touring, I do have the GoPro, the microphone, and the Hammer maps up there.
Okay.
But that's it. That's just that front middle part of the dash. That's all that's taken up. Yeah.
Cool.
Keep it simple, less distractions.
Well, it's hot,
It's bloody hot.
and I could do with a drink, so let's do some Q&A.
Mate, what better time than 9:30 in the morning on a Tuesday? Let's do it.
Should I beep out the time or what?
Hey, there we go.
Thanks, dude.
Bloody legend.
There you go, mate.
Oh, champion.
You can keep that one.
Legend.
So I'm not going to do a shameless plug with my merch here, but that's a really cool stubby holder, isn't it? Which is found on our website, funnily enough. But
Oh, right.
it's not a plug. It's just, yeah.
Well, cheers to that plug, mate.
Yeah, cheers, mate. It's not a plug.
Keep playing.
Yep, cheers to the plane. Bloody hell. 17, plane number 17.
One of my favourite breweries in the state.
Boston Brewery.
Not a plug, but
Yeah,
send us some cartons.
not sponsored, but happily to be. But that's just probably a bad thing. It'd be bad for my health. First question.
Yep.
Why a Troopy?
I was weighing up between the wagon and the Troopy, but for what I need and for how much time I spend in my car, I mean, a lot of people have their car set up for weekends away, whereas I'm spending more than 6 months a year on the road. Just want that extra bit of room, and to set it up purely for touring not so much hard out forward driving. So having that extra space, and look, for me, they're iconic. So whether they're iconic to here or, you know, South Africa or wherever, you know, people first saw them, but for me, yeah, iconic in the Australian outback, especially this colour.
There's going to be questions in the comments below. It's going to be like, where's the Troop Carriers of Australia sticker on the windscreen?
Yeah.
You know that was coming.
Yeah. I actually didn't. I didn't think of that. I'm not prepared. Nah, I love the family that is the Troop Carriers of Australia. But look, I'm just...
At the same time, you don't want a rally car.
Nah, I've just never put on any stickers.
Yeah.
You know, for me, it's never been about stickers. Like, I've had... I'd love to put more stickers on the car, but at the same time, I want to keep it just a clean image. Keep it totally my brand, and that's all I need.
Yeah. Don't want to look like a rally car. Yeah.
Oh,
I just know that question is going to come.
Yeah.
Be like a Troopy with no Troop Carriers of Australia sticker.
Yeah. No, I get it a lot. Yeah, but hey, I still get the Troopy sign driving down the road. That's enough for me.
So you want to explain to our audience what it is you actually do, considering you spend that much time out there?
If I was to put a title on, well, I work as a photographer, videographer, but if I was to put a title on what I do, it'd be trying to inspire people to get out more and get out of their comfort zones more, go further when it comes to camping, you know, learn about the areas around you, the bushland, the bush tucker, and I do that through documenting on my YouTube and my Instagram. So just trying to inspire and bridge the gap for the people that don't exactly know how to go out and camp or go about it.
You do a lot of hiking, I've noticed.
Yeah, I'm trying to do a little bit more human-powered stuff. I mean, I still, you know, use the cruiser to get there, but just want to test the mind and the body a bit more.
Yeah, a lot of the time the car will only take you so far, and
Yep.
it literally can't fit, or there is no more track. Salty, your favourite mods on this vehicle? I'm not going to number them, but you just give me your favourite mods.
Favourite mods would have to be, look, I love the bull bar and the side steps. Come in very, very handy. And probably the custom installation, the whole drawer, fridge slide, everything, all that setup. For me, it's protecting that front end and simplifying the back end, that organisation.
Yeah.
But I have been thinking about how much I want to change these seats. So that's the next step.
Because you spend a lot of time in them.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Could send Toyota the chiropractic bill. So next would be the seats, because I remember watching a bloke on yours. He had I think it was a Troopy, and he said the best mod he'd ever done was the seats.
Well, one of the best mods I've done to my cruiser is the seats as well.
Yeah.
That's the best interior mod.
Yeah.
So how many Ks have you actually done in this vehicle?
77.
77,000, okay. So I found that my seats were perfectly fine up until about there, to 100,000.
Yeah.
That's when I started finding the seats getting a bit worn.
Yeah.
Because you've been spending so much time in them.
Sink into it a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, so, but they're not the most comfortable seats, that's for sure.
That'll be next. I mean, the rooftop tent's sick, but that's thinking about in and how much I spend in the car, then yeah, it'd definitely be.
Having it up there, are you definitely rooftop over swag? Oh.
I love sleeping in the swag. I love it. However, having the missus and the dogs, and you know, when you're up in the Kimberley, I like the comfort of having the dogs up there and not out sleeping out at night, because you're always parked on a river somewhere.
Oh, there might be a flat dog taking a dog.
Flat dog taking a dog.
Flat dog taking a round dog.
So yeah, having that, but I think a lot of people can agree with this. Best sleeps of your life are in the bloody swag. Like, you've got a good comfy swag, you just lights out.
It's interesting to hear that, because I have the exact same tent rooftop that you have on the trailer, and I've just gone back to swag, and I realise how much I miss the swag. But when you got your missus and your kids or your dogs or whatever,
Yeah.
it is good to have
All
the
in
rooftop.
one place.
Yeah,
Rather
definitely.
than
Setting up more.
Yeah. And you'd probably have to set up your kids' ones.
Yeah,
So it's just
Yeah,
more
I
for
have
you
to
set
set it
up.
up, yeah, because they're not breaking the poles or something, you know.
How does this work?
yeah. They're more like them jumping on it, you know.
Yeah, so swag, I could never diss the swag, but I do love the rooftop.
Fuel economy and fuel range.
Like I was saying, 180 litre tank.
290 litre tanks equaling 180.
I think I average about, fully loaded, anywhere from 15 to 16.8 if there's a headwind.
That's not too bad considering Troopy's higher.
And the height.
Yeah, but it's probably more aerodynamic in the height,
Yeah.
you'd have to say.
And it slowly narrows rather than stays kind of blocky. But yeah, driving around town and whatnot, I'd probably actually get more than that.
Yeah, you
Like,
thinking like
and I'm
high
not
14s?
and I'm not loaded up. Yeah. So yeah,
It's about the same.
mid 14s. Yeah.
Did you notice much difference when you changed from 33s to 35s in fuel?
80k's less with bigger tyres.
Okay, because of rolling resistance, I guess.
Yeah. So I get about 1200 k's to the 180 litres,
Yeah,
and I used to get high 1200s.
okay. What's your advice for anyone else building a Troopy for our audience?
Bloody do it. You're on the right path already. Enjoy it and don't try and do it all at once. It's first of all, it's extremely expensive.
You know what to do things twice.
And yeah, do it right the first time and just take your time and enjoy it. That whole feeling of like, you know, waiting for your next mod, wait till you got the money for it. Like, enjoy that rather than, you know, a lot of people, you know, if you've got the money, a lot of people get their car and drop it in the shop and they pick up their car 3 months later.
Yeah.
Still hasn't been driven, but it's completely decked out.
Yeah.
But they don't experience it for what it was stock.
Best money value mod that you've done?
Tough one. I think it would have to be the rear draw setup with all, you know, the compressor, the pump, because you've got everything in one place. You're ready for cooking, cleaning, storage, got your fridge, got your slide, everything's.
So the amount of stuff that whole one unit does
In that area
yeah.
is, it's more than I imagined it would. You know, I originally just wanted a couple of drawers and then I was like, no, I may as well do this right and have it set up properly.
That's a really good news for people who can do that stuff DIY. Not everyone can do it, but for people that can do that stuff DIY.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you've always got all those extra bits of room in the wings.
Yeah, I noticed that you got heaps of room.
Yeah, like I could put so much more stuff in there.
So next mod,
Yeah.
you already indicated you're going to look at the seats.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you are wanting to do? So it sounds like it's got a pretty good setup because it's not.
Yeah.
It's hard to think here for him. So you pretty much got it where you want.
It's at this point where I'm really happy with it. Like, it does everything I need. It goes everywhere I want.
And we're talking about weight off camera, and you're in a happy medium at the moment.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that, you know, you could use your 600 constant load when you're loaded, but not when you're unladen, right?
Yeah, exactly. So if you know there's nothing in the fridge, the drawers stay like that as they are. But if I don't have anything stocked up on top, or you know, or your food and your drinks or the water tank full, then there's no need.
Yeah. Lane number 22.
2.
I thought it was 23. Right, Salty. Cheers for bringing the Troopy in, man.
Thanks for coming out of the river, mate.
No worries, mate. Been a long time coming this modified as well. Just happened to be here, so that worked out perfectly.
It has. We've been talking about it for a while. Yeah. So, and then Tuesday morning you're out in the river.
That's it. Tuesday morning. But released on a Friday, right?
Hey.
Could be a Sunday. I don't know, actually.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, There is a link down below in the description to Salty's channel and a few other links to Salty, Mr. Salty Davenport. You're covering your sign here, but we'll have a B-roll it up on the screen right now. Do check that out. And if you want to see more modifieds, well, there's a playlist down here with more Toyotas. Cheers, guys. Catch you later.
Thanks, guys.
Enjoy this with another plane.
Yeah, that's it.